Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Open Chat, non-existent audience. I'm sorry, I'm going on early. Day off. Next day off. Not going to be a whole lot of relaxing going on. So, hi, non-existent audience. So while I wait for people to kind of trickle in and realize that we're actually on, or in case you don't show up, let's get started, shall we? We're going to start with something that I just found out not too long before I started getting ready for this particular stream here. And it is this. Apparently, Elon, the so-called genius, Dingus, decided that he was going to remove the block feature off of Twitter. And I'm going to keep calling it Twitter because X. Stop trying to make X happen, Elon. It's not going to happen. Okay? So this idiot decides he's going to get rid of the blocking. There's a problem with that. There's a lot of problems with that, but let's just start with the autistic community for starters. We have an individual. Their name is Lyric. Lyric has been stalked relentlessly on all social media platforms by a particularly unhinged autism mommy TM by the name of Connie. Connie has doxed her. Has doxed Lyric. Connie has dead named them. Connie has spoken very maliciously, spreading Lyric's information without their permission all over social media, lampooning them on YouTube. Unhinged stalker behavior, right? One of the few things that Lyric was able to do was block Connie. All of us have been able to block Connie, who continuously tried to demand the medical records from all of us, which is a HIPAA violation, I might add. Because we don't have real autism, according to these people. We block individuals like Connie and her band of sycophants for our own safety and our own mental health. It's not fun to have people show up and demand your private medical information off of you. But that's just for starters. Let's talk about those completely unhinged AH stands for 5 minutes. If you've been paying attention on social media, if you have TikTok, I refuse to have TikTok. I fundamentally refuse. Simply because my big mouth cannot make 2-minute videos. Okay? I got a lot to say. I need the time frame in which to say it in. If I tried to condense one of my videos into 2 minutes, it would take out a whole lot of context. And quite frankly, wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So, these individuals, these unhinged individuals, have stalked, harassed, threatened, made up mock accounts, have attacked her, her mother, have made bizarre threats also, I might add, relentlessly, ever since this poor girl simply posted a picture she took with the Hollywood vampires. That's all she did. All she did. The block feature is kind of a way of security for individuals who are being stalked, harassed, doxxed, their families threatened, themselves threatened. And what's Elon's idea? let's get rid of the block button. Part of me think it's some bizarre social experiment for him where he's trying to figure out how many things he can manage to screw up before and still have people on his platform. You know, we're removing the block, we're putting limits on your DMs. You just kind of wonder, don't you? But most of us who are Gen X, I mean, what you gonna do if Twitter goes away? Huh? Well, Elon, I'll go back to Facebook. It's that simple.
Yeah.
No, Discord is there.
Sharing out the stream.
Oh. Are you able to get on, Chairman?
Yeah, I'm sharing out the stream. I have to jump from Windows here. I have to scramble through Windows to share out the stream.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Sorry about that, but
no, you're fine. But seriously, removing the block feature. The way he just keeps taking things away, and after all the outrage, who wants to bet he will eventually bring it back for people who subscribe to XBlue? Who wants to bet?
That's real crappy if he does that crap.
But I expect it. You heard it here, folks. I think Elon is going to remove block, and then he'll say he'll bring it back for people who subscribe to Twitter Blue.
Jesus Christ. Thank God I'm not on Twitter.
And as for me,
I'm already having a problem with my YouTube channel. Weird thing. I have sound when I do a short, but when I do a regular video, a pre-recorded video, my microphone turns off.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Well,
and I've had that problem for months.
These people think they're untouchable, but they're not. In fact, the autistic community that's on Twitter has already been working with, because we got tech heads, as everybody knows, a lot of autistics are tech heads. They're building our Discord server for when Twitter inevitably implodes. The disability and the neurodivergent communities have been already starting to create backups.
Well, when you get that built up, invite me, please, because I'm on Discord. I have a Discord of my own.
And so I would have no problem with switching to Discord and Facebook, where the majority of my fellow activists and autism parents who are actually allies, that's where they all are. They're not on X.
No. Jesus Christ. Can't believe he's calling that thing X now. Jesus Christ.
Right. I mean,
sorry, my chewing isn't allowed.
Stop trying to make X a thing, Elon. It's not a thing. People will always call it Twitter. I'm just saying. And they do it because, again, they think they're untouchable. They think that they are the only media outlet out there, and people are just going to have to swallow whatever bull that he puts down people's throats.
Yeah. Got another thing coming, Elon.
I do think Discord's going to be the silent giant in all of this, because nobody suspects it. You got people like Snoop with their own Discord servers, and what makes it better is because it's almost self-policing. You've got your own Discord server. You have to be invited to join.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So there's built-in security, less likely to have to deal with stalkers.
Well, somebody was able to hack Discord once, even though it is an HTTPS.
I did
They
hear
were
about
able to
that.
do it once. They were able to do it once.
Now, another thing that popped up, and I wanted to wait until I got more of you here. Hey, Sean B, by the way. But I wanted to wait until you guys were here to show you this, because I was like getting ready to do my last video when one of our disability rights allies posted something that like blew my mind. So if I have to suffer, so do you all. I'm not going to share my screen yet until I find it. Gotta go down
I
here.
forgot to post this. I forgot to post this in my Discord. Whoops. Give me 1
Yeah,
second, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna still be up, but my screen's gonna go black.
That's all right, Chairman. All right. So my audience of 1. And I will probably play this again later. Oh, are you having trouble, Chairman?
No, I'm just trying to find my Discord thing on here. Oh, there's the Discord app thing. Okay.
If you want to throw the link to that in the chat, go ahead.
I will. Just give me a moment. I gotta look through all these stupid little connections I have to find my Discord.
I gotcha. Sean B
'Cause
says
I'm on like 30 of different Discords. I'm on like 30 of them.
About you. I sent Elon a post on X Twitter, and I tagged him asking him to keep the block button, and told him in that post it's really a bad idea and that he'll lose a lot of people. I don't think he cares. I really don't. I think Elon will say that whatever, for all the people that go away, I'm going to still have my freaking Trump truthers, God, that are going to stay on my site no matter what I do. It's abuse of power. People like him get off on it. All right,
apparently that's the only thing he gets off on.
Well, this is one of our allies. I'm going to do a screen share, and then I'm going to play
it. You're starting to robot.
Oh, all right. Hold on. I'm going to go out and come back in, folks.
Okay.
One moment.
Yeah. I don't know why it does that, but
who knows?
I think it's YouTube probably doing that. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, shit.
Coming back slowly, folks.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay, so apparently my audio was almost removed.
What?
Yeah. Don't like me attacking Elon, I'm guessing.
Well, maybe that's
Tell
why I lost sound of my YouTube.
tell
But I can
Elon,
still do a short, but I can't do a regular video. That's weird.
tell Elon's ass that I don't want him sticking a brain chip in my brain because he thinks it will make me less autistic. That's what I gotta say. Tell him to
Yeah.
take his ego and shove it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a screen share, and then I'm gonna show you this what I got from my ally. This is some insane new so-called cause of autism, folks.
Give me a break.
Oh, it's special. We're gonna do entire screen, you stupid computer. All of a sudden, it's become like my work computer. Okay, so you will see me on here.
Oh,
Hopefully, is it coming up? What is going on with this computer?
your audio is starting to break up again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, there we are. There we are. Hopefully my audio is not too bad, folks.
It's pretty bad.
All right, well, I'm going to start this at the beginning. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Oh, for God's sake. All right, folks, hold on. Bear with me. We're going to try that again.
No, that's like crazy. What the heck?
All right, I'm going to go out, I'm going to refresh the screen, and come back in.
Weird. Jeez.
Testing.
Sound good.
All right, we're going to try that again. I apologize for any vertigo.
Yeah.
All right, let me move it back.
Autism, a fungus, and y'all's obsession with curing autism is weird and dangerous. And the only thing that usually comes out of these conversations is a bunch of parents feeding their autistic children bleach.
Oh,
Like, what the
Jesus.
fuck are you all the time?
Yeah.
Your child is still going to be autistic, and that's okay. All right? You will need to start unpacking your anger with having a disabled child. Because all the speculation is incredibly dangerous, and quite often leads to autistic children getting killed. A child's first experience with ableism is not going to come from the outside world. It's going to come from you all. Autism?
All right, coming back to y'all. Okay, so did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Autism is apparently caused by fungus now. That's the new
Oh,
one. Yeah. Didn't you all know that I was just a person-shaped mushroom? Didn't you all know that? That can actually talk? Yep. Let's see.
yeah. I hope that link works. I hope that link works.
All right, everyone. Chairman's Discord is right there. I'm saying, Sean B., let's go over all the insane crap that they say causes autism. The MMR vaccine, Tylenol, refrigerator mothers. That's the oldest one. Everybody knows that one. Let's see here. There was the idea that's, yeah, the list literally goes on. Literally goes on. So what do these parents do? They try these detoxification things that are used on people who've actually been poisoned. What happens when you use those types of treatments on a perfectly healthy human being?
Nothing good.
Yeah. Kids have died. Like she mentioned, this happened out in the UK where they fed kids bleach to detox them. Guess what happened to those kids?
Okay.
So,
hopefully that link works in the chat.
But who wants to bet now those parents that are pushing this are going to start feeding their kids antifungal medication?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I went in
What
as a
pseudoscientist came up with that stupid ass treatment?
This is what we get to put up with. Some of the so-called treatments are relatively harmless. Just annoying. Like Jenny McCarthy, you will peel my bread from me, from my cold damn body. I'm sorry. You're not taking my wonderfully gluten-filled bread. Yeah, that was a thing. Don't get me started on Jenny
again.
McCarthy. Great. You know what? I don't care. I'm Darth Vader. It's getting ridiculous. Am I back to normal? Is it going to go in and out of Vader?
You're not back to normal yet. It's YouTube. It's got to be. They probably blocked my regular video ability to make a regular video because I made a comment about something that they didn't like.
Well, we're not friends, YouTube and I. They don't like I go after Autism Speaks either. Too bad.
Well, Autism Speaks is not a real fund. It's just a way for rich people to get richer. Jesus. It's free money.
No. We went digging back in the early 2000s. It's not good to be pissing autistic people off because we like to deep dive.
Yeah.
And we looked at their finances. There's billions of dollars to help the families. All that goes into the vague caption of research. You have
Yeah.
millions of poor families who cannot afford proper services, getting nothing. They're raking in billions every year.
Yeah.
Seems to me some of that money, even 5% of the billions of dollars they rake in every year, should be
Oh,
used to.
now you're better. Now it just came back. Your
You
audio
think
just
the
came back
billions
right.
that they rake in every single year would be used for some of those poorer families to be able to help those kids and help support the parents financially, because this is not cheap. But now, you think that they would even do the woke thing, right? The woke thing, and put resources and services in the hands in poor communities that made up majority people of color. Because when it comes to complete zero resources for disabled kids, those communities are number one. You would think they would put some money there, if for nothing else than to save their own face.
Mm-hmm.
Did they do it?
Nope.
Nope. And I've been about that problem for years. I've talked to my own regional office back in the early 2000s about the utter lack of resources to these folks. And if they do have resources, they have to spend money they don't have on gas to get those kids to the appointments, to the medications, to the speech therapy. Yeah. And let's talk about another thing, speaking of ableism and shysters. Anybody see what happened with that sweet girl Marianne I brought up on the last stream?
No.
Marianne was the sweetheart who went to the Hollywood Vampires concert back in June, and she had that picture with JD and Alice and Tommy and Joe Perry. She's been relentlessly, they're still attacking her. They have threatened her life. They have made up mock accounts, including on TikTok. She removed her TikTok due to the abuse. She is off that platform. She's not looking for sympathy. She's not just... The people who've told her to toughen up makes me want to throw hands.
Yeah.
Not about toughening up. They are stalking her. She has removed herself from the platform of TikTok. She has no further interactions there.
I never went to TikTok anyway because I didn't trust it.
And they are now on that website making mock TikToks for poor Marianne with a T-Rex with her head on it and making fun of her using ableist tropes.
And TikTok's allowing that, right?
Yep. They have trolled that poor girl for just having a joyous moment with the Hollywood Vampire. She had her pick, she had her joyous moment with JD, and for daring to celebrate it. They've gone after her. They mocked her mother for daring to stand up for her own child.
What the hell is wrong with people?
Yeah.
freaking make me
And they're
sick.
not doing anything.
And here they talked recently about trying to better the ability to kick bullies and stuff off of these platforms. Yeah, right.
Hey, Rob Rules, it's been a long time. It's good to see you.
Hey, I haven't seen him in forever. Holy moly.
I mean, when I tell you I was angry, I mean, and generally AH stands just get on my last nerve, but you can believe what you want to believe. You want to be in Delulu land, fine. But when you come after one of my own, we got problems. When you stalk and dox and threaten the life of one of my peoples, and the only reason why is because she took a picture, and you think
With-
that the
with
person she took
JD.
a picture with is bad because he's a man. You.
Who is innocent? Who is innocent, by the way, of everything that he was accused of?
Victim of ableism, just like the rest of us. God. The media is not the friend of any neurodivergent.
No.
They love to vilify us. Every time there's a school shooting, maybe they were autistic. Or maybe they had ADHD. And the articles I've read about ADHD kids, if your ADHD kid abusive, it's enough to make you want to throw up.
Yeah. Well, they said that one kid that shot up Sandy Hook Promise had Asperger's, which I
Yep.
don't know if that's true or not.
Yep. But that
I
poor
don't know
girl.
if that's true or not, but
But you look at Netflix, you look at the documentary that somehow Rob, I, and Jay McCarthy somehow ended up in for all of 2 seconds. We're in one, Rob. We managed to hit one of the documentaries. I don't know which one. It was sent to one of my DMs, but we made it, Ma. We're famous. But no, we're the bad ones. We made our decisions based off of social media and TikTok. I read court documents. It's no different than how I've been with the Judge Rotenberg Center. Like with the JRC, I read the court docs. I looked at the ER photos. I looked at the ER documents. I don't care about social media. I care about facts. Rob, we both are. There's a documentary. It's not the Netflix one, I don't think. It was something that was airing on it in Sweden. It was you, me, and Jay McCarthy. I'll have to DM it to you. It was sent to me by somebody that watches both of our channels, but it was you were hosting and I was on there and Jay McCarthy was on there. And it just kind of got a 2-second glimpse of our faces. I don't think it was the Netflix documentary.
Rob says I saw Darth News is in it.
Oh, he was all over it. Okay, Darth was in the Netflix one to the point that Paul back there says that Darth should be paid.
Yeah.
He just clicked through it. He wouldn't watch it, but he's like, and we're looking at all the little screenshots there instead of watching it, and Darth. Yeah, Rob, it was you, me, and Jay McCarthy. It was one of our panel nights.
Huh.
What's even more interesting was this particular clip, because I remember it, it was one of my nights when I got on later because I was tired. I was very tired. But it was one of the ones that was before the trial. It was actually right after the UK trial that particular panel took place.
Huh. So a while ago then.
Yeah. Way before the trial in Virginia took place.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rob, the three of us are 2-second famous.
Yeah, too bad I'm not, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm used to it. It's been, well, I'm still known for NPR out here. And that was like 2008, almost a decade ago now. No, it's been over a decade. It's been over a decade since I did that interview. And I still have people who come up that I do not know who recognize my voice from that particular interview years and years and years ago during Autism Awareness Month, where they compared me to Rain Man, and apparently I went off.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God, Eve Barlow. Eve Barlow likes you to believe that we are the most horrible community on Twitter. Because screw you, Elon, it's Twitter. And yet they continue to attack Myriad, but that's okay. You're allowed to be ableist, racist, or homophobic towards Johnny.
Yeah. A YouTuber,
sorry, my computer went out for a second.
Made put me in one of his little videos. He likes to harass other YouTube channels because I made a comment about him, so he decided to put me in his video as a cartoon character in a wheelchair. Hey man, I made it. I made it big, so thanks for the 5 seconds of fame, jerk.
All my mom does is roll her eyes and ask me who I pissed off now.
Yeah. Well.
YouTubers' names be sued. Well, here's the thing. I put my name out there. I do it as an act of defiance because I'm not afraid of anyone. It's not that hard to find me anyway. I'm still dealing with state politics. I don't feel any need to hide. So I kind of don't have a leg to stand on lawsuit-wise unless they say something that is actually defamatory towards me.
Yeah.
I do it as a means to say I back what I say 100%. I don't have any children for people to be able to harass or threaten.
Yeah.
My brother's grown. My parents are used to it after the whole NPR thing. So we have a routine and we know how it goes. But for people, it is kind of interesting the legal loopholes they'll get to be able to use Darth and everybody. Yeah. That's the thing, though, Sean B. I don't know that we've got a leg to stand on. We have the right to voice our opinion that AH is a liar. She is an ableist trying to make money off of autistic people by demonizing us. Just read the description of Into the Fire. We can believe all of these things and state them. But they also have the right to think we're nuts and say that we're nuts and paint us in any way that they want. It's one of those things, it's real scratchy ground because I can block them. I can ignore them. I don't know if I got a legal leg to stand on if I feel like, well, she's just saying that because of misogyny.
Yeah.
They can believe that. They can
Now
just.
you want
But the fact of the matter is, from 2021 on, as soon as that DC Circuit Court undid the ban, hi puppy, on the GED device, my whole channel pivoted and changed from the Depp trial to going after the JRC exclusively. It did, because it had to.
Yeah.
I still do things on it occasionally, but mostly it is JRC oriented because those kids are still there. They're still suffering.
Which is surprising. I'm very surprised.
Like right now, the biggest thing that's happening is the kid that was horrifically abused in that video I've shown you all, Rob Rules, I've shown you.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing going on right now is to push through the New York courts to basically end sending any New York student to the JRC and to remove all New York State funding from the JRC. And the people who helped draft and push through that bill is, now this is stunning and brave, folks. Don't give me the AH crap. Andre McCollins, the boy that was tortured in that video, is the one that is fighting right now in the new, with the inside, fighting with his allies and pushing the bill through the New York Congress to end any more kids from New York being sent to the JRC. Now tell me, where is his flowers from the media? We know, we've seen the video. It's been in the media what happened to him. He is facing down his abusers. He, his mom, and a lot of other local New York disability rights are staring down the JRC right now, his abusers. Imagine the strength that takes. Imagine the absolute strength that it takes to do what he's doing right now. Are we seeing him and his mom anywhere in the media?
No.
Is anybody talking about it other than disability rights and the news groups we've had to create for ourselves?
No.
Because what would be more appealing to you, Rob, everybody? What would be more appealing? A black boy who was tortured by this horrific place, who's become a man, and is now fighting that no other New York kid, particularly kids from poor communities of people of color, will ever have to get sent back to that place, or AH the liar. Because I know who I'd rather see in the media.
Yeah.
I know who I think should be getting sung praises. And it would be him. It'd be Jennifer Masamba, who's also like leaving Florida on occasion to go to New York, who was also tortured by that place. They're spending their money, their time. They were tortured on camera. But now we must feel sorry for this. I can't act even to save my own career. And people think that there's no media bias.
Yeah, that sounds back again. Yeah.
Great. All right, folks. Rob, everybody, I'm going to go out and come back in again. Just a moment.
Yep.
My computer will let me.
Yep. See you soon. Ollie, 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 come here. Come here. Ollie, come here. Come here. Come here. Ollie, come here. Come here. Come here. Ollie, you want to say hi to people? Come here. Ollie.
Back on. Am I still Darth Vader?
Nope, nope. You're fine now. Wally, come here. Wally, come here.
So, Sean, if you're still here, what would do you think? Do you think the media might put a focus on someone who was actually abused, that we have more than enough ample evidence, who is fighting back, not for himself, but for the vulnerable New York kids who could possibly get sent to that place? Should he be the one getting lauded by the media? Or should it be the blonde liar? He's like, I don't know. I just know my dad is right. Good doggy.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Hey, puppy dog.
Buddy, say hi.
He's like, it's new people.
Yep, new people.
It's okay. I have Mr.
It's
CB.
okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. You're okay. Yes, you're a good boy. I love you. Yes, I do. And Tuesday, I'm going to get your
Mr.
nails.
Brahma Cat is here, folks. He's just in his favorite corner of the couch with his binky. Because that's what we call it. This is the cat.
I try to buy a nail grinding thing. They wanted $125 for a stupid Dremel, just so I can grind his nails, so I didn't have to spend $50 every time I got his nails done.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
That's the price I have to pay at PetSmart. What, buddy? You're okay. Yes, you're okay. You're gonna get
I'm
cleaned
just
up.
saying that's what's going on with Stop the Shop right now. The main hope is New York, because if New York stops funding, if they stop sending kids there, the bulk of those kids come from New York and the surrounding areas. That could be the death knell. These are people that are powerful. You got to take their power away. And how do you do that? You take their money. Their money is their power. That's what they use to corrupt. You got to hit them in the wallet. So if Andre and all the rest of the advocates out there in New York, and if I had the money, you bet I'd be there, then that's the beginning of the end. Yep. So, like, everybody, all our resources is geared towards it. We don't have much hope for what's going on in Massachusetts in September, because the legislators and the judges over there have shown time and again they'll always side with the JRC. That our main hope is New York. So pretty much all eyes, those of us who are fighting this, everybody's efforts is going in there. But Now, here's the thing. I don't do TikTok. Like, I almost religiously refuse. But how is it that you can make up that many mock TikTok accounts? People can report you, but they refuse to take it down.
Just like YouTube. Just like YouTube.
I don't know if it were me. If like they ever made a mock account of me, I'd pull it on here just to mock it.
Well, someone's copied my account apparently because I've been kicked out of like a handful of YouTube channels because they thought that it was me saying what the guy was saying. And,
I still remember the time when I was doing a live and some dude kept trying to get on stream and he was playing with himself.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I get some of the weirdest stalkers, I swear. Like that dude that showed up at 2 a.m. in the morning at my door, claiming he just wanted to talk to someone, turned around, dropped his drawers to show he wasn't armed. The weirdest stalkers. Thank God I'm just a semi-public figure and I'm not somebody to JD's level of fame. I got enough weirdos I deal with.
Yeah.
Showing up or they follow you at the bus station, that's always fun.
It would be cool if actually JD showed up in this live stream. That would be funny as hell.
Honestly, he would have to have help.
Yeah.
I mean that with love, but some of us neurodivergent folk are kind of technology illiterate.
Well,
and he's
some.
that guy.
Some. Seven Tails is a pretty technologically advanced guy, so.
All I'm saying is I doubt if he knows this tiny little channel exists. I don't need him to. I did what I did because it's right and because I stand behind my own and because nobody was going to think about that the disability side of it unless somebody started speaking on it. And as usual, my brain thought process goes, well, might as well be me. It's kind of what I'm known for anyway. Because the DV rates when it comes to disability and how many of us have been killed by significant others is something nobody talks about. And he is one of us. And I'm sorry, being neurodivergent makes us target number one for narcs and opportunists.
Yep.
They think us easy prey, and unfortunately, too often they're right. It doesn't always necessarily mean romantic. I've had roommates, people I've taken in trying to help them that have screwed me over, broke things in my home, screwed me out of money, where I had to basically pay catch up and beg the landlord to have mercy on me.
Oh, I had to replace my phone the other day. My iPhone 10. Now I have an iPhone 14. $800. And I was in the Apple store, and all that noise, I actually almost had a meltdown right in the middle of the store because of all the noise.
Sensory issues, yeah. And by the way, ADHDers, they also have sensory issues.
That's me, man.
And I'm sorry, Miss Little, I'm going to research everything I can about him. Think she didn't know what made him tick in regards to his diagnosis? Because I'm going to bet she did. I bet she used it against him.
Or at least
That,
she tried.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, luckily, a lady saw me having a problem, and the lady that was working at the store, and she grabbed a sound canceling headphones and put them on my head,
Good.
and that actually helped. I didn't even know that Apple even made sound canceling headphones.
I did.
I didn't. I didn't know that they actually did that. These were the big ones that go over the ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And they
actually
also
want a
make,
pair of those. I actually want a pair of those, but I don't know how much they would cost. Probably about $200, probably.
depends on, yeah, the brand and everything. Yeah. I know about a
Oh,
lot of assistive technology, but
the Bose sound canceling headphones cost about
those have been
300 each.
around. Yeah.
Those are expensive. Jesus. Because I
They're not
wanted a pair of
cheap.
those, but those things were not cheap.
I used to help families years ago to, work through Medicaid so that Medicaid could assist with the cost as a medical assistive device for
Mm-hmm.
the Bose headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, it helped quite a lot. They actually did a lot of times end up covering the cost as a medical assistive device.
Hmm.
The Bose headphones, we did that for quite a lot of the nonverbal autistics. We worked with their families to get those communication devices where they could tap on the pictures and then the machine would be able to tell the parents they want some juice, they want to go outside. We did a lot of that, lot of funding through Medicaid for assistive devices.
Yeah. I was fine at the mall until I got to the Apple store, and I was like, what the man? The noise level like went up like 50 times as much. I was like, whoa.
No, the Apple store is a nightmare, and I don't use Apple. My current phone's a Pixel that I
Yeah.
paid
Well.
for. I just used my tax refund to cover the phone and pay for a year of service. I'm going to pay for a year of service again this year when taxes go through.
Mm-hmm.
That way, my money goes low like it is right now, and I'm literally just breaking even.
Yeah.
I'll still
And
have
this
phone
phone
service.
I have is a 128 gigabyte, and it was $800. I had a 256 gigabyte iPhone 10, but the iPhone 14 256 was over $1,000. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, it's
I
insane. It's insane. It's why I do it with my tax refunds, because I'm not getting paid by JD like everybody keeps assuming. Because like Netflix now, even Netflix, oh he totally colluded with you. His team went out and grabbed you. I don't know about you all, but I was not contacted by his legal team. I very much doubt they know this channel exists.
Well, maybe he should know.
If he does, it's due to mutual acquaintances, if we will.
Yeah.
Like Rochelle and Jackson, like Rochelle Roderick and Jackson Bolt, who I met at T-Tech and worked with him on the first Pirates.
Hmm.
If he does, though, it's probably them. Because of them. And mainly because...
Well, I think it would be cool if he came on. That'd be kind of cool if he came up on the channel.
Anybody's channel, really. maybe he will eventually, or maybe Steven will set something up at some point where like everybody can just kind of gather. I don't know that he wants to, because the reaction, because it would be immediate. Like I wouldn't have to say anything. The word would spread and like it would probably break YouTube. He does have a tendency to break
YouTube's already broken, so I don't think it would take much to break it more.
He's already broken the internet several times. Like, and it doesn't just affect like the social media. Like when he created the Discord, and I was sitting there, and it's one of those back-to-back days, and the service just kept continuing to go down. And I'm just like, would you stop breaking the internet, JD, for God's sake? Like, support you 100%, but quit breaking my internet. Like, stop it. I gotta work. I was really frustrated that day. I'm pretty sure the neighbors heard me.
Yeah. Yeah. I would still love to know why I can't do a regular video on my damn channel.
I don't know. It was always really hard. Like, I got this little laptop, my little Chromebook here, because I'm not fancy like the bigger channels. And I'm somewhat tech illiterate. I can get you through most of any general, like, nice and, like, still graphic design thing, but trying to get all the fanciness, like what Stevie and everybody's got.
Yeah, but
I don't know how to do any of that.
It's just weird that I have sound on my shorts, but when I do a regular video, there's no microphone. The microphone gets turned off because I can hear it go click. I can actually hear it go click.
I think, Sean, that was from when he went to see him in Vegas, and I don't think that was live. He put the video on his channel from having met him and then gave us all the messages about all the big YouTube channels.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it is a small channel. My channel's a one-track channel. We fight for disability rights and neurodivergent rights on this channel. The only reason why we got involved with the case is
because of
disability and neurodivergent rights.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, when I was on Captain Obvious's channel when the verdict was read, and yes, I squeed 3 times as they read the verdict, and I did kind of yell, "Finally, one of us won, suck it."
Yeah. I don't follow Popcorn Planet anymore. I used to.
I stay out of the drama as much as humanly possible. I'm autistic and I don't care for it.
Yeah. Him and Steph, the altar nerd, said something about a subject apparently they knew nothing about, and so I just got fed up and left.
I mean, I'm not going to go after either of the two of them. They're good at what they do. I'm not stepping into any drama, just like any situation. I'm going to wait for facts to come out. I don't think he should be getting crucified for things where facts are not coming out, because I'm this thing called I'm not a hypocrite. Most of the stuff I follow on YouTube are other disabled disability rights channels. I mean, follow Stevie and everybody that I've got to know. I watch Rob when I can. I'm never live anymore. I can't get into anybody's chats because it's always after work. But I still watch everybody.
Rob hasn't been live for a long time. Rob hasn't done a live in a long time.
I think it's life, hon. We've all gotten busy with life again.
Well,
It's
well,
after
well.
COVID
I
now.
think
And
I think when Rob lost his um they took away his money, his the little
monetization.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, which I don't understand why that. Oh yeah, because of the Amber Heard crap or the age crap. Yeah.
Now, in my opinion, I go after ableists. She decided to make the very bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Not only did she use and abuse one of us, she decided she wanted to gaslight my entire community after making her little ableist film and turn around and tell us it was about love after we very loudly, though the media net doesn't seem to catch it, have planned, well, did plan before it like completely flopped into nothing, like full boycott. Calling to theaters if you work in the theaters. We're an organized bunch. We were planning not just to talk about it on social media, but active boycott.
Hmm.
And speak to any news outlet on it that we could. Protests. We're good at protests. And yeah, it kind of flopped into nothing. And we haven't had to really plan anything because, wouldn't you know it, sometimes kids can learn lessons. After the whole Sia situation, they decided that provoking us was not going to be the best thing to do, and majority of theaters are not showing it.
Hmm.
And I had to tell somebody, you're bringing up AH and all this. I'm like, no, this has nothing to do with the case. You have to understand. This is only a very small part of what I do, and it's not JD focused. It is my people focused. It always has been. And when they come after us, when Ambi decided that she wanted to star and throw her money behind a movie that compared us to demon possession, and then she was going to cure the boy, we were going to have a problem. So I was the one who actively, listen, little media, I doubt you watch this, but just in case you do, as they said in Game of Thrones, I want you to know it was me.
Oh yeah, I remember that line. Yeah.
I put that information out there. I made sure the autistic community knew what she was doing. I grabbed the information from that Vanity article. I got it to my community. And I did it because, not because of the whole JD versus AH. I did it because what they are doing with that movie is wrong.
Hmm.
And it deserves to be called out. And I did not just pick on Miss Ambi. I called everyone out. I called it out Ambi. I called out the directors. I called out everyone involved. We all did.
Maybe AH should have done that adult film when she was asked to.
I
But
just
I
wish
doubt if
her a pulse in her
anyone
life.
would
That's
have seen
all.
that.
I don't want
Which I
anything
doubt if anyone
bad
would
to
have watched that
happen to her.
anyway.
I'll be honest. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I just want her to know what call center life feels like. God, that makes me feel like a horrible human being, but that's what I wish. I wish a call center life, so she gets to know what it feels like to be threatened to be fired every day.
Jesus.
make her actually have to work for a living. And he's covered Johnny Depp versus AH in 2022. Yeah, I know, and he's one of the main peoples out there for Britney, with the Free Britney. I got a few videos out.
Apparently Britney Spears is getting another divorce.
Oh, let's talk about that and ableism and the media. From what I've been seeing.
I heard about that recently. God, I keep stuttering. Oh.
She's mentally unstable. She deserves to be in the conservatorship. Of course he left. She's nuts. See, you can have a mental illness. I have PTSD. You know what that's called, kids? That's a mental illness.
Yeah.
When you have gone through what she went through. And let's see here. She doesn't just have PTSD. She was force-fed lithium for 13 years. Does anyone know what that does to your brain?
Oh, Jesus.
And you're wondering, well, she's acting strange. Gee, I wonder why. What happens when you're force-fed a medication that is known to cause damage? And by the way, just because you have mental health issues doesn't mean you deserve your rights ripped away from you.
Yeah.
It's fine, Sean B. I have problems with typos too. But I'm tired.
I didn't.
I'm tired of it, folks. I'm tired of them lambasting Britney. She's mentally ill. You all owe her dad an apology. I owe her abuser nothing. There is a real problem with people who have mental illness not being believed when people are abusing them.
Yeah.
There is a massive problem nobody talks about. You want to know one of the number one folks whose abuse never gets recorded or talked about? People with mental health issues. Because what do their abusers tell you? I'll just tell them they're mentally ill and nobody will ever believe you. It's a thing, folks.
Yeah, it's a very messed up thing.
It's a fact. Her being mentally ill does not mean that her father had the right to use and abuse and steal her money. Whether she is or not, I don't know, because she has not put her medical information or any diagnosis out there. We have a bunch of armchair psychologists without a brain between 3 or 5 of them. Putting out crap because they don't like her spinning in videos. But she's barely clad. It's spinning around. You want to know the difference between her spinning around in her living room and them watching very clad women while being all aroused is? Want to know the difference? Filters.
Yeah, but I don't see why that she gets to be crapped on while other celebrities have done pretty much the same darn thing, but people don't even talk about bad things about other celebrities like Kim Kardashian.
No, they're stunning and brave. Stunning and brave.
Yeah. Stunning and brave that Kim Kardashian did a porno with her boyfriend at the time while being high, and now she has a license to be a lawyer? What the frick is that about?
Oh, no, but anytime Britney does anything that any other celebrity has been caught doing, Oh, put her back into conservatorship. It really does show you how ableist the world really is and how much people hate people with mental health issues. How little mercy or compassion they have for people who have mental health issues. It's astounding and it's sick.
Yeah, but the thing is that Kim Kardashian did smoke the marijuana back when marijuana was still considered an illegal substance in a lot of states. So I don't know how she got that license after all that, man. She shouldn't have been able to pass the bar.
I'm just saying, you watch this right now and the way that they're attacking her. And folks, this is what they did in 2007. Excuse me. This is what they did to her in 2007. You can drive people to insanity. You can make people erratic by stalking them and never giving them a second to themselves. This is coming from someone who, as a kid, hated her music with all my little teenage angry heart. I didn't dislike her as a person. I just hated her music religiously. I didn't like any of the pop stars, and don't get me started on how much I hated NSYNC, because it was special rage-inducing whenever I heard the beginning of one of their songs.
Well, then I guess I won't tell you that I was a fan of NSYNC when I was younger.
To each their own. I was basically almost born a metalhead.
Yeah.
That's why I have a deep love of Alice Cooper. Because I had Alice Cooper and Black Sabbath and Def Leppard playing from the time I was in the cradle. And I was little bitty baby Tiffany. And then I got older. My brother got me into Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera, Motorhead.
I love Metallica.
And I'm a massive Megadeth fan. And yes, when I was 14, I went to extreme lengths to brown nose my way into their 1999 concert here at a place that used to be called Remington's. And I regret nothing. I would clean that bathroom again with a toothbrush. I regret absolutely nothing. That was a fantastic concert. And yes, my mom took me. But that's a different subject. The point is, it's ableism. It is an absolute lack of understanding and compassion for anyone who suffers from any form of mental health issues. It is very disgusting. And how fast did they turn from support Britney to Britney was crazy? Is crazy again. How quick was that turnaround?
Pretty dang quick. Pretty dang quick.
Everybody. And I knew it was going to happen. I have a feeling she knew it was going to happen. And I'll say it again. I said it when they first freed her and people were first trying to do this crap. If she wanted right now to go streaking down the Vegas Strip, that is her right. And you know what? I probably would support it. I wouldn't join her. You know what? Nobody should have the right to force you into a conservatorship and take away all your rights. These people don't know what conservatorships are. It's not, they say, but it's there as protection. Her dad forced her to work when she should have been in bed because she was sick. She could have died being forced to do that.
Her dad's a pathetic maggot.
He was siphoning money off of her. Don't forget, he told her, I am Britney Spears now.
What?
Yeah.
You freaking, oh my God.
Oh no, but it was
my
all
God.
justified though, because she's not mentally well. Are you kidding me? This is why many people with mental health issues who've been sexually abused or otherwise abused never come forward. It's why many us neurodivergent folk don't often come forward and do not bring our abusers to court, because we already know ahead of time what they're going to do.
Mhm.
And we don't want to drag ourselves through that. Why do people think part of the reason why the JD case was so goddamn important? Because he's one of the only single one of us who had the will, the means, and the strength to fight back. And a lot of the ND community was kind of living vicariously through him in that moment. One of us finally got justice. And no matter what they try to spin it and turn it into, they can't take that away. That moment lives rent-free in my head. One of us finally won. And then, before that, Britney won and got out. And you know what? That moment lives rent-free in my head too. Oh, but it gets more fun, because you know those people who were attacking Britney when she put out that JD quote and the horrible things they wrote? Well, now they're trying to say, we'll see how Sam Azari is trying to pull what Johnny Depp did. Nah, you don't get to try rip her and tear her down and tell her she deserves jail and death and all kinds of horrific crap for putting up a quote, and then go and compare her to your queen and say, see, this is nah. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I don't let people forget things. I'm not as nice as JD is. I'm a vindictive little shit. I always have been. So I like to pull up those things that I screenshot and remind them of the awful things that they said about her after that. Now that they're acting like they're going to defend her like they defended AH. If that's your idea of defense, please, for the love of God, never defend me. Yeah, she doesn't need their toxicity. She's got a more than capable army on her hands. She doesn't need fake people trying to grift in the name of their freaking bed shitter queen.
Jesus. Still can't get over that.
Yeah, they're trying it. They're trying it. Like we all have the same selective amnesia that they do. We just conveniently forgot how they tore at her for putting up a JD quote. I forget nothing. Man, I went Missouri there, but the point remains. I forget nothing. I have a good long memory. And because of my own paranoia, my own past, I hoard screenshots in my cloud. I have screenshots that go back to 2006 that I can still get access to. Which is how I still have that little pamphlet where Autism Speaks advertised the Judge Rotenberg Center's services in one of the pamphlets that they serve in their Walk Now for Autism events. I have that in my cloud.
Jesus.
Yep. Save screenshots, kids.
Well, I hope you have backups.
Oh, I always do. That's why I say cloud. It's not saved on my devices.
Well, apparently people can, if you're that good, you can remove stuff even from the cloud if you know what you're doing.
Well, so far I've been lucky.
I would keep everything on a memory stick, on a very large memory stick that they can't touch.
Sean B., I'm going to make it the most simple answer I can because people are stupid. Because they cannot wrap their brains around the fact that that woman played them. Either they're just that stupid or their egos will not allow them to accept that she lied.
That's the reason. The second part it is the reason, because their ego's too damn big.
But there's also the third thing, or they don't care. They know that she's the abuser, but they support her anyway and support the beating and murder of any man because they think the man is the boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
These are women who put every single problem in their lives as the fault of men. Women who refuse to go and take a long, hard, honest look in the mirror. I've made it a habit in my life to do that. When things start really going to pot, instead of blaming everyone, and I mean this literally, I will go and stand in one of my bathroom's mirrors. And I will stare with myself and kind of have a long, silent conversation. This is what started me beginning to recover from alcoholism and have it stick. Because when you do that, when you stop blaming everyone else, when you go take that long, hard look in the mirror, you can't continue to blame everyone else anymore. You start looking at the life and you start seeing the decisions that you've made and what you've allowed yourself to become. Because until you do that, you can't really make any real lasting changes. These girls won't do that. It's easy to blame others. I could have blamed one or all of my abusers for the rest of my life. The source of all my problems, but that wouldn't be truthful and would have gotten me nowhere. You got to take ownership, whether you're a survivor or not. These girls won't do that. It's easy to blame somebody else. It's easy to be vindictive and hateful, and the man is the source of all problems. It's hard to go stare at yourself in the mirror and deep dive into your own psyche and decide, I don't like this person I'm becoming. I need to change. And I did that 3 years ago. I believe it was on a February 12th. I'd just gotten back from a beer run. And I just stared. It was the back bathroom. Just stared in the mirror. And I've made it a habit ever since. I wish, and people aren't teaching kids that anymore. You want to know who I learned that from? My mom. They're not teaching these girls to take honest, hard looks at themselves. They teach these little girls to blame men for everything. They don't teach them how to look in the mirror and start taking accountability for their own actions. It's always somebody else's fault. It's the man's fault that my life isn't what it's supposed to be. It's the man's fault I'm not making the money that I want to make. It's the man's fault that I don't have a decent love life. It's the man's fault that this or that or this thing is happening to women. They don't go looking in the mirror. They don't go looking at maybe going out there and spending my life on alcohol and raging against innocent men is getting me nowhere. You know? Sorry, I kind of went off there, but God damn it. Take accountability. You want to tell me that you're a strong woman? Stop blaming everyone else. Are there some sexist things in the world? Of course there are. But even though that may be true, do you see me blaming ableism for all my shortcomings? No. I've made bad decisions. I put myself in situations that I didn't have to be in because I was on the bottle. I'm not going to go blame other people for that. I did that. But these girls that simp for AH won't. And it's sad. Good to see you, Cement Shoe. Sorry you kind of caught the edge of my rant there. We're talking about the AH folks, and we're talking about how these idiots were trying to use Britney as another way to attack Johnny, and got to the conversation of why they continue with this delusion of, but you should believe Amber. And we came up with 3 things. They're that stupid. Their ego won't allow them to believe that they were played, or they do know that she's the abuser. But they've got it in their heads that all men are the problem and refuse to take that honest look in the mirror at themselves. It's just easier to blame all the men and root at women tearing apart and abusing innocent men than it is to do what I did, which is how I got off the alcohol. Was I took that long, honest look in the mirror. I made myself accountable. And you can't change until you do that. You really can't. Are you okay, Chairman?
Yeah, I tried to post my Discord link again, but I don't think it went through.
I'm not seeing it on here.
Oh.
But yeah, suffice it to say, these little girls trying to prop up their queen's name by associating her with Britney after they tore Britney apart not long after conservatorship ended because she quoted a JD quote is some of the funniest crap I have ever seen. Like, they live in Delulu land, where it's always the man's fault, but the man is just sitting there doing nothing. Somehow it's his fault. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an Army brat, but if anyone wants to sit there and tell me how easy men have it, I got beachfront, oceanfront property in Kansas I can sell them. Well, you know, you've worked with veterans sitting there and trying to you live with your family members are veterans, or you work with veterans. You're gonna try and tell those of us like that men have it easy. Yeah, my brother at Fort Hood, when the Fort Hood massacre took place, he watched on home soil while his fellow soldiers were gunned down.
Yeah.
Tell me that he has it easy. I can't imagine what he's went through. I don't try because I'm not an egotist like these little girls. My family's full of veterans. My dad was a cop. Now, this is the time when most girls, if this were a big channel, would tell me, well, that's just it there. It's internal misogyny. No, I'm a nihilist and I'm a realist. I'm on the side I always have been. Facts and evidence. I don't care about narratives. Never have. People who give their lives to one narrative or another are slaves to those narratives. Right, left, center, I don't care who you are. Following anyone blindly will lead you straight to you know where. I don't know, Sean B. Why do you think these girls are like that? You think it's their ego? Do you think it's because it is easier to make men the boogeyman instead of actually holding themselves to account and making changes? See what you guys put in the chat. I kind of talk over everybody. I apologize about that. It's a bad habit. But anybody else notice something interesting? All the other survivors who've been out in the media, Rihanna, Brittany, some person named Swoop, who I've never heard of until today, they've been solidly on JD's side. All of them. And everyone's like, how dare they betray her? There is no betrayal. That woman's not my sister.
She's a lying shrew.
She's a
lying, manipulative shrew.
To me, the most insane thing is that women have is that there's some universal sisterhood we should all adhere to.
Jesus.
And to me, that's completely bonkers. You want to know who has shilled some of the worst, ableist, prejudiced crap against me? Women. Women will backstab. Women will make up rumors to destroy your life. Women will go behind your back to try to systematically destroy your life, male or female. They will try to manipulate and take your friends and do a lot of backhanded crap. They will lie. What sisterhood?
Yeah,
No.
what world are they living in?
Like I said, I'm a nihilist. My family is my family. Wanna know who's in my corner? My mom, my brother, my stepdad, my stepmom, my brothers, Joe and the other Mike. Yes, I have two brothers named Mike D. It gets confusing, folks. They were both born on August the 29th, some of the weirdest out of Twilight Zone crap you'll ever see. Who I call my brothers and sisters that are not biological family are Jennifer Masumba, Andre McCollins, and Lydia Brown, Shane Niemeyer, Ari Newman, and Imani, these people who are a part of the disability community and the neurodivergent community. JD and Anthony Hopkins. The disability family, folks. When we became one, because we had to protect each other. Because nobody on the outside was doing it. I know you guys didn't see a lot of it during the trial because a lot of the disability community has had to block the majority of Twitter. And only those of us who were a part of the community could see the support for JD there. But it was a large. These were not small accounts. Way bigger than mine. We support each other. And when one of our own is targeted, we will fight for that individual. We don't care whether they're famous or not. As Paul has pointed out, I've actually fought harder for Andre McCollins than I ever did for Depp. And for longer. That doesn't mean I wasn't 100% in JD's corner, by the way. It's just I've been fighting alongside Andre and the other kids that got pulled through that horrible place for longer. I don't know. I'm rambling now, folks. This is why we call it open chat. You get to deal with my rambling. But a lot of the disability community are supporting Brittany. They've been supporting Brittany. And we've been calling out the ableism. And calling out the alienation and the way that these people have zero compassion for people with mental health issues. This is why so many people do not report abuse. Why autistics don't, why ADHD kids don't. Because the majority of the time, nobody believes us when we do. It's why I didn't back in 2014. I ended up at street 3 a.m., my hands bleeding, having had them cut open. Thankfully, they were just surface cuts. Wasn't any scarring with the sword. It's because I knew nobody would believe me. I knew that my autism diagnosis would have been drug out had I decided to push it in court. And I lost pictures of my dad. My dad, who's no longer with us. One of the last times that I went to go visit him. I lost the things that he had bought me. Books, things that my mom had got me, the little shoe necklace that I had since middle school that my stepdad got me that meant a great deal to me. Because if I knew that if I tried to push it, what would happen?
Yeah, it's a real shame that we treated like that by able people.
And people don't even realize it. The crap that they're talking about Brittany right now, they're not looking in the mirror. How many of them say, well, why didn't you just report the abuse? I'm going to hold screenshots of what they're doing to Brittany right now. Say that's why they don't report.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull this up here. Sean B. AH is a lying, manipulative, narcissistic POS. Ableistic and racist, too. She almost murdered JD with the finger incident. Both JD and Elon are lucky to be alive after having known her. They do. They wish death on us all. One of the funniest things are those people who continue to, oh, I'm going to curse you. I'm sorry, it just amuses me. Little girls playing around with forces that they don't understand. I've studied enough to know if you are trying to use witchcraft, these little girls who don't know what they're doing, the backlash is going to be nasty. Certain things you shouldn't mess with in this world because it ends badly. It's not a threat. It's things that I've seen and I have witnessed in my own life. So why would you go out of your way to curse an individual that you don't know? Because, but he's a man and I'm going to curse everyone that supports him. What y'all need is a therapist. You need a therapist because it's beyond bizarre to be this obsessed with a case and with an individual that was a party to the case well after the trial's been done, decided. It is unhealthy to continue to relitigate and relitigate and relitigate and relitigate. It's over. The media, her stance, it's over. You have people like Andre McCollins fighting right now for real survivors and real kids being tortured right now while we're talking. They are being ignored in the favor of this crap. It's a self-feeding train wreck. On one hand, you have people on our side saying we have to stop talking about it, stop arguing, and let everyone move on. On the other hand, that's what AH wants. They want control of the narrative. And if we all drop off in silence, uncontested, then maybe they might finally fool the public into believing their little story. It's the Ouroboros. Serpent eating its own tail. Or his own head, however you want to see it. So I'll continue what I always do. I will continue to bring up the appalling ableism involved. Anytime they want to attack and be ableistic pieces of crap, racist, homophobic, when you name it, I'm going to call it out. I'm not going to watch the Netflix documentary. We've already gone through the little... Basically, we looked at, you know how you go through Netflix and if you fast forward, you have the little screens that pop up? That's what we did. One, because we watched the whole thing full time. Watched it. I don't even watch TikTok, for God's sake. Can somebody please explain this to me? How is everybody a middle-aged housewife that's just watching because star power? And that's why you support him. But then on the other hand, you're going to go and tell us they got all their crap from TikTok. Middle-aged women are not lining up to watch TikTok. They barely know what YouTube is. And the few of them that do watch YouTube, we like our cat videos. Don't judge us. We like our cute cat videos. I watch my neurodivergent folks who do deep dives, which are awesome, by the way. And I watch a few documentaries that they have on here that I can't get anywhere else. They're not lining up to go on TikTok. So which is it? Are we all old women hags who just have a sad life, thirsting over a stranger? Or are we stupid, naive youngins watching TikTok? Which one is it? By the way, anybody else tired of getting told that it's all because, you know how many times I've been told it's because I want in a man's pants or I'm being paid? And it's not just the JD case. Anytime I have backed anyone, somebody has claimed that crap.
Yeah.
Like, no, you go against the JRC. You're getting paid by Georgie Soros, or you have a boyfriend. Like, for fuck's sake. How about neither? Nobody's getting laid or paid. How about that? How about some of us just have a very strong sense of what's right and what's wrong, and we're willing to put everything behind it? Couldn't be that. They got to put on their sick motivations onto other people. But that's this whole generation. You must be wanting to get laid or wanting to get paid. How about neither? You just leave my crazy cat lady aspiring ass alone. Let me be happy with my cats and my sarcasm and my documentaries. And yes, folks, when I was a little girl, I did indeed inspire to become a crazy cat lady. Dreams do come true. Some humor, guys, before we end the stream tonight.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, Sean B., Elon's only on his own side.
Yeah.
He's not on AH's side. He's not on Johnny's side. He's not even really on the conservative side. He's just playing it for TV. Elon is on Elon's side. Okay?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Just like his own family. They're on their own side.
That's the real facts. And that's what people don't understand about Trump either. He's for conservatives, and in America, Trump is on Trump's side. His entire family, every single last one of them, is out for number one.
Mm-hmm.
And left or right, if you can't see that, knowing what we know of that man's past, then I don't know what to tell you, but you are some extremely gullible.
No. Well, to tell the truth, Biden's out for Biden, so.
All the politicians, how many times have I said on this channel that all of them are corrupt? I know. I've played ball. Technically, you could call me, I had been a lobbyist for disability rights.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think anything is actually getting done by live protest, that's not how the real politics and change actually works. We got smart. We understood that we were going to have to do things that us neurodivergent folk don't generally like to do. Got to be sociable with these people. It's backroom deals. It's reminding them what can happen when they don't support disability rights. Their wallets in the ballot box. And I wasn't ashamed to use either one of them as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, they knew I meant it and could make good on it. And I have made good on it. Just saying. And that's how Employment First Initiative even got to be known as a thing out here. None of these people have the good of the people at their hearts. They may start that way. There are a lot of young, individualistic, idealized politicians out there. But they're usually young. And they haven't become a part of the system yet. And that system will eat you up and spit you out, and you will not be the same.
Yeah, don't I know it?
There are several idealistic politicians when they start. They don't start bad. They're not necessarily completely bad people, but they begin to realize. Our friends, we have friends who've become politicians, people who are friends of people, who realize that if you try to talk about systemic issues, nobody listens. It doesn't get votes. So then that particular friend started talking. Well, I hate to put it like this, they became a Republican piece of crap and we had to cut them off, but started talking about the gays, the trans, and you know what? Guess what happened? This person does not genuinely believe that it is okay to convince people of the LGBTQA plus community. They don't genuinely believe that in their real lives. But they will spout it because they will not get elected otherwise. That's reality. That is cold, hard reality. And if you're a person like me, a little person, fly on the wall almost, if you will, if you want to get them to get anything done, you got to get them socially. It's got to be in an election year. And it's the wallet in the ballot box. It's reminding them how many people we put in ballot boxes every year. And that's the only time you've seen any of the smallest amount of progress in disability rights in my state. That's a fact. You know? And I felt, because a lot of those conferences, I was exhausted. My autistic ass was peopled out. what little masking of a filter that I had that I made up in my head before going down all day was pretty much gone. But I would force myself to go down there in those lounges and have those alcoholic drinks and make that ridiculous, meaningless small talk that I hate so much because it lacks any genuineness. Because that's what you had to do to get anything done. All right, Chairman, your sound's gone out.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, there you are.
There, yeah, sorry.
All right, folks, we've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and close out. I want to thank everybody, the few people who've watched this and come on. Thank you, Rob Rule. It's been a long time. We hope to see more on your channel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean B. As always, we hope everybody has a good one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.